Hello and welcome to the Cove with a brand new series, this time with Talented. This is a fun little game that I came across not too long ago, and after playing it for, well, a couple of rounds, I figured this would make a great series, so that is what we're here with, something a little bit different. So, let's go ahead and dive on in. So this game is a fun little, it's a bit more arcadey roguelite. At the moment we've got an archer who is our only character. We're going to unlock a few more as time goes by. I'm not entirely sure what we've got ahead of us, but I think this is going to be a bit of fun. So we're going to start playing with the archer, and as to no surprise, we have a bow and arrow, and we have skills as well to help us fight the hordes of bad guys. So this is how we do things. We've got a bow and arrow. We can fire off our little shots. We've got our little blobs hanging over there. Can we? Oh, that's right. Okay, so we've got a skill there that allows us to fire a little bit faster. Obviously, that's rather useful when we're dealing with bad guys. In fact, we're going to quickly go ahead and make sure that we kill everything. So we get a little bits of XP, which is all very nice and good, and then at the end of the night we get to go ahead and pick up some upgrades, and you get a nice little skill multiplier on the bottom right. So either way, we've got 3 talent points, and so now there's some bad guys that are going to appear. So let's have a look at things. So this is the talent tree, and this is going to it's going to get a little bit crazy, but for now it should be okay. So we do have a couple of stats here that are always up, which is very nice. Shows us experience multipliers, the amount of shots we fire, the damage we do, the attack delay between each attack, critical chances, range, and knockback, which you see on the tougher enemies. They get bumped back just a little bit. So either way, I think what we're going to do is start with a little bit of extra damage. And then, what do we need? We probably want some more rate of fire, so let's go with attack speed. We'll pick these up. There's also some range, we have knockback, some health as well, so we can get some nice, a little bit of a buffer there, make sure we don't die. And I guess we're going to go ahead and dive right on into the next night. Alright, so what are we dealing with? More of these little slimes, nothing too bad. Looks like we also have some rats popping up, but it looks like we can't actually shoot at them. Yeah, we don't have enough range, and if they're underground, it seems that we cannot quite get that kill. So that is a little bit annoying. At least we know what we're dealing with though, so that is handy. Alright, let's see what we can get. Now again, most of these waves shouldn't be too difficult for us to handle at the very beginning. It's just going to slowly ramp up though, I am sure. So, there we go, another 4 talent points. Enemies now have 25% more hit points. Okay, that's all good. So what do we still need? We need, you know what, range is probably a handy thing for us to have. Being able to target some enemies a little bit sooner is probably good. Let's see, we could make our way towards that critical, but I think we'll see if we can expand the tree a little. And then, oh, we have some experience gain as well, potentially. Well, you know what? As much as I would have loved to work our way towards whatever this is, a vortex generator. Okay, an additional maximum charge, that's not bad. And cooldowns being brought down is also very nice. I think we're going to go for some XP gain. That's always a decent plan. Yeah, more experience makes it easier. Hopefully generate a few more talent points, and again, the sooner we go for such things, the better. Alright, so let's see how this new range helps us out. Looks like it's about 3.5 tiles. So we have a substantially better chance at hitting things. Yeah, much sooner. Make our lives just that little bit safer. Alright, come on. We'll deal with you guys. Let's get rid of them. And then, oh yes, you'll also notice in the top right corner that there is a timer. I believe that's a night cycle, so yeah, it tells you how much more we have left to endure. You can also play around with the rate of which time goes by, but I don't think that's going to be particularly necessary. Alright, so either way, what have we got unlocked? We have a few more experience boosts, so I think we will go ahead and pick those up. Again, as I stated earlier on in the run, is when we want to go for it. And then we can also go ahead and pick up a charmed weapon. So critical strike chance is increased by 12% for 4 seconds after using an ability. Yes, and at the moment we have the quick fire, so we can fire... Yeah, the next 7 attacks have 50% increased attack speed. Well, we still have one more talent point left. We do have some more XP gain over here, and that does give us extra range as we work our way. So you know what, I think we'll go ahead and try and pick that up. As I said, earlier the better for experience benefits. So either way, we'll go ahead and we'll see how that goes. And then hopefully, yeah, we'll see just how tough these enemies can get. Now, we haven't had to rely on our abilities too much at this stage, which is nice, but I'm sure as things heat up, we're going to need to have a... Well, we're going to have to see what our problems are and what we're dealing with. And hopefully we can create a decent build. Alright, so we've got that skilled, so we're getting an extra 10% XP, which is rather nice. And it looks like that was the end of the night, so that's good. And what have we got? Oh, that's right. Straight to the XP boost, and then... maybe we can work our way up over here for the gumball collector. Enemies have 3% chance to drop a gumball candy when killed, and we get an extra 3% attack speed until the end of the night. Ooh, okay, so that's not bad. So here comes the question. Attack damage, that could be useful. This isn't exactly taking us anywhere that we need to go right now. So you know what, since we're not using our abilities, let's go ahead and see if we can make our way up over here. Pick up a little bit of critical attack speed. And we'll see. Yeah, it looks like we're fairly close. We'll get a little bit more critical range, and then more range to work our way up here. So that'll cost us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've got a couple of talent points that we need if we're going to make this happen. But hopefully we'll get there relatively fast. Alright, so again, feeling that extra range boost is kind of nice. Being able to deal with enemies a little bit sooner. Also being able to prevent some of them from getting too close is quite nice. Oh, timed that well with that rodent. Alright, what have we got? Let's quickly go ahead and use an ability. We're not really too pressured at this stage, but we may as well use what's at our disposal. And just make sure that we set ourselves up for success. Alright. So fairly safe, not in too much danger yet. And that is the end of night 5. Okay, 4 talent points. Let's go critical, range. And you know what? We don't have enough to get to where we want to go, but I think we'll go ahead and pick up that XP and that range. I think that's going to do nicely. And then let's see, anything else that's rather good? More damage and apparently an enchanted weapon. Ooh. Okay, that could be worthwhile. And then an energy collector as well for a chance to restore an ability. Okay, so far so good. Alright, so missed the rat before it went underground. Nasty little creatures. We actively have a couple of rats at home, which is quite annoying. They're eating our veggie garden and cause quite the ruckus, which is quite annoying. Yeah, either way, what have we got? We've got some pumpkins. Oh, you know what? Getting a little close for comfort. Let's just clear everything. Alright, we've got that skilled XP multiplier too, which is nice. And I think we should be fairly safe. Yeah. just have this giant pumpkin making its way. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Good, good, good. 5 more talent points, that's what we want. Alright, gumball machine and this new vortex generator. And then what have we unlocked up over here? A stim pack. Okay, so give yourself a boost, fully restoring your health points and granting 1 attack damage until the end of the night. Okay, that could be useful. And then hail of arrows. Your next 2 basic attacks fire in all 4 directions. Well, you know what? I think that sounds remarkably useful. Let's go ahead and pick up some critical and health, and we'll see if we can scoot our way up here sooner than later. We also have yeah, a couple of other options, but right now I think that could be far more beneficial. Yeah, I think it's about time that we picked up a new skill, just to make sure that we're not getting caught out with limited opportunities. Alright, we'll deal with you. Oh, and I think that's the first threat that we got before it's ever burrowed underground, which is nice. Being able to deal with that is very good. Oh, you know what? Let's just deal with them nice and quickly. Alright. Got a giant pumpkin. Oh. Let's make sure we get all of these. Alright, and I think that was a bit of a stronger rat there, that blue one that popped through. Yeah, some kind of elite or, you know, some kind of fancy version of itself. Alright, so where's that take us? Okay, enemies will now have additional enemies. Okay, fair enough. Let's go ahead and pick up that XP boost. We also have killing 15 enemies grants 3 bonus attack damage for 5 seconds. As tempting as that is... Oh, wait a second, what have we got here? Spark Quiver. Your attacks have an 8% chance to fire another attack in the same direction. Ooh. Alright, well, you know what? Instead of going up here straight away, I think we'll go ahead and pick that up. An extra shot of damage definitely sounds like a beneficial thing to have. Oh, and apparently I've missed this too. There's another XP boost. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got a few choices to make. But either way, let's go dive on into the next night and see where this takes us. Alright, so far should be pretty good. Got a decent amount of damage. I don't think we've even been hit, which is rather good. Probably a good sign, although you never know. Things could change at any moment, I'm sure. Let's just quickly spread out some of this damage and make sure that we deal with them appropriately. Yeah, I want to make sure that they don't get too close. Alright. Oh, I think that was one of the skills firing off right there. Double shot is rather nice. Alright, excellent. Well, not too bad. 43 kills is pretty good. Enemies receive 10% less knockback. Okay, so... Good thing is we're not relying on that at this stage. We're able to do a pretty solid amount of damage. I think we'll go for the hail of arrows if possible. Alright, gumball. Oh, and we're not going to quite have enough. Okay. Well, we'll pick up the extra range, and we'll pick this up next time. But what else do we want in the meantime? I think we'll go... what is this? Extra damage isn't a bad idea. I don't mind a little bit of extra critical. We're at 12% so far. That'll also give us a way to pick up more charges of our skills. And some extra XP. So, you know, we'll go ahead and pick that up. I think that should be fairly reasonable. And we'll see how that goes. Alright. So, clear that. Yeah, that extra little bit of range goes quite far. Also, too, you may notice that the up and down, what do we call them, corridors, they're a little bit shorter than the others. They're only about 4 tiles as opposed to the sides. So we definitely do need to keep a careful eye out for anybody who's coming from above or below, as we could find ourselves in a little bit more of a predicament than others if we get too many enemies coming at us from those directions. Alright, so I think that's now the final 2. Yeah, alright, not too bad. Alright, that was the end of wave or night 9. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up our skill. And then what was it? Charges, experience, and then what else do we want? Got 135% experience gain. That's pretty decent. Attack delay. That's always something useful to turn up. Being able to turn yourself into a little bit fast firing is always a handy thing. And nothing else on the board. I guess we could make our way towards this other ability, so sure, why not? We may as well. We'll open up a couple more options and see where that leads us. Alrighty, so we've got 3 charges for this new ability, 3 charges for the one that we started with, so we should be fairly safe. I think we should be fine. Alright. Let's just quickly clear out these guys. You know what, we're almost most of the way through the night. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's already halfway through the night, so I don't think we're going to have too much trouble. We've still got plenty of abilities. There is a bit of a cooldown, which is obviously not a hassle, but something to be aware of. But I think we're doing relatively fine. Alright, let's just clear these guys. In fact, you know, let's just speed up our rate of fire. And we'll see just what we can pick up as of the end of night. Okay, so now what have we got here? Mushrooms will now appear, okay? And enemies will now have 25% more hit points. Okay, we might need to boost up our DPS. I think what we'll do is, you know, let's go for the damage up as well. Just make sure that we're safe. Go for the XP and then... Oh, that was our last one. Okay, so what's this one here? We have a blast quiver. So our basic attacks have a 10% chance to explode, dealing 50% of your attack damage to surrounding enemies. Okay, that's definitely good. We can also get some extra damage up and XP. And we've also unlocked, what is this? Oh, well, we've now found, I should say, a barricade. Okay, and then frost traps as well. Alright, well, either way, we'll see how that all goes. First things first, though. Let's go ahead and use our new ability. That gives us extra damage. I do believe that our stats do update as we have new things come through, so that's good. Oh, and I guess these are the mushrooms. Yeah, there's things. Clearly a bit tankier than others, but that's okay. We seem to be fine. You know, we'll fire a shot in all directions. Buy us a little bit of extra breathing room. Alright, and you know what? Let's go ahead and pick up that... Use that third ability again. Okay, so it is slowly getting a little bit more pressurized here. Oh, that mushroom seems to be sleeping. I don't know what that's doing exactly, but it looks like we didn't have to find out. Oh yes, and there our stats, it did drop down our damage at the end of night. So what have we got here? 5% chance to become elite and less knockback. Okay, well, let's pick up the explosion, the damage, and XP, and then let's also make our way towards... what do we want? So many choices. We could pick up some of these other ones, charmed weapons. Yeah, we are using a few of these abilities, so maybe it wouldn't be the end of the world to pick that up. Backtrack our way a little bit. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad call. Let's go ahead and pick that up. That could be useful, and if we get that extra 12%, that'll take us up to 38, so that's more than 1 in 3 chance for double damage, which is pretty solid. And then let's go knockback, critical. What do we do? No, let's make our way towards one of these abilities for us. I think that'll be fine. So we'll go ahead and pick up the knockback. And yeah, we'll spend that experience there. Alright, so let's pick up the damage boost straight away. Make sure that we are hitting as hard as we possibly can. Alright, so far so good. Yeah, if we get a critical, we can take out some of the bigger enemies nice and quickly, which is nice. We'll go ahead and fire those off. Alright, let's pick up the extra damage again. There we go. Make sure that we can deal with some of these guys a little bit easier. Okay, Mega Pumpkin. Not too much trouble with those criticals. Yeah, okay. Make sure we clear those out. Looks like we're down to the final enemies. Alright, let's just go ahead and speed things up. And I think that works pretty well. So, what do we get? 4 more talent points, more chance to become elite, more health as well. Okay, we're definitely going to need to push into the DPS. I think maybe we go for the trap ability over the barricade. I think that could be the best thing for us. So, okay, we see that there's an up and down over here. Oh, there's also a ring as well, so that's definitely worth going for. Gain 1 of every common talent. Okay, so I guess maybe we should have gone for the range last time. But I think we'll go for the critical, the health. Oh, that's a dead end. Of course they would do that to us. Okay, well. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and quickly jump into the next night. Alright. Still got to be aware of our ranges here. We don't quite have unlimited range at this point, which is, it would be nice, but it doesn't look like we're there. Oh, and apparently that moth was an enemy that we need to deal with. Okay, so we can't let those things escape us. I don't know where... Oh, that was very close. We almost took a hit. Yeah, I'm not sure where that moth came from. I don't know, maybe the pumpkin got... I don't know. Got a moth burrowing in it? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We'll figure it out as time goes on, I'm sure. Alright, let's keep everything moving. Let's take that extra damage. And then... I'm not sure what that was, but it was something that was shielded. So we need to be aware that that is now a problem for ourselves as well. Alright. Oh, okay, so the pumpkin, when they died, that's where the moth came from. Okay, very good to know. Alright, so 5 talent points, reinforcements will spawn 10% more frequently, and waves will have an additional enemy again. Okay, well, let's pick up that damage. That should be fine. And then we'll work our way... Ooh, what's this? Vortec Aimbot. Gain 25% critical chance and automatically aim for 5 seconds. And a shrink ray. Very cool, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon. Let's just focus on what we can control. And it looks like we have 1 talent point more than we need, but we need 2 for anything else. What to do then? I suppose we can spend it. There's no damage immediately available, although maybe we could go for the Brutal Bounty. Yeah, that could be... That's a nice little passive thing that we can pick up. Okay, so that should do. We'll get the final skill in the next one. And hopefully be able to deal with these guys. Alright, so clearing out these fairly quickly. What are we just missed that rat, which is annoying. Oh, and you know, let's just quickly speed things up and make sure that we burn our way through those enemies. Alright. Oh. Let's make sure we don't get caught out. These fast-moving ones, we can't afford to really... Alright. That was very close, but so far so good. Hopefully some of these explosions will help clear the area. Come on. Let's go. Alright, and we just have a ginormous pumpkin. Although we are at the gifted, so we're getting an extra 25% XP, which is rather nice. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. So 6 talent points, more health, less knockback. Okay, let's pick up some traps. Let's pick up the ring. That gives everything a nice little boost short of the amount of projectiles. And then... You know what? I think we go ahead and aim for the XP. We need... Oh, bother, we can't make our way there. Alright, what do we go for instead? You know, rate of fire is probably not a bad thing to have. I don't think that there's anywhere where we can pick up any immediate damage boosts. Yeah, not unless we really push into the criticals, but again, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the best call. Sure, you know, let's just go for damage through volume. Let's pick up the attack speed, that'll be fine. Oh, also too, if you are playing this for yourself, we can move some of these around. I believe you can drag them up by. Yeah, so you can obviously click on these with the mouse, but yeah, I found that that's not quite as comfortable. But either way, let's go ahead and pick up that extra damage. Let's make sure that we go ahead and clear the... set up a nice little position here. Looks like we're already setting off some of those frost traps. Hopefully that'll be effective. Try and deal with some of them and save them for as long as possible. Okay. So the traps are good, but they're not... yeah, they're definitely... yeah, it's a little bit harder to... pull things quite as close when you have those traps there, so you can get deposited a little way away. They do luckily slow things down, so I am happy with that. We just don't want to waste it on the little guys, though. That's not necessarily the best thing for us. Alright. Get rid of the big pumpkin, and it looks like it's just... Hey, actually, you know what? That worked out rather well. Ooh, but apparently they got a purple, so that would be like... ours. They're a little bit more rare, but they've got some better recruits, and 10% more movement speed is not ideal. Okay, so you know, let's go ahead and pick up this blast quiver. I didn't see that before. Oh, we also get some damage, which is definitely going to be taken, and then maybe we go for the enchanted weapon again. Actually, we don't have that yet, do we? No, we saw that back down there. Oh, and in fact, there's some damage in rate of fire, so that'd be 1, 2, 3. Or do we go ahead and pick this up straight away? I think we go straight away. Oh, and you know what? XP boost, that is definitely with what we're after. And so then I think we'll come back down and try and pick up this one as well. I'm not 100% sure if all of the numbers stack, but I'm hoping that they do. Alright. Oh, so it looks like there is a mole of some kind. Okay. That's got a bit of a choice movement pattern. More than just a little bit annoying. Oh no, it looks like our trap also stays around, so that is rather nice. So you know, we'll drop one of those other ones. Oh, let's quickly clear them. Go ahead and pick up that extra damage as well. Anything that lets us deal with these guys a little bit quicker is probably good. Alright, let's not miss that moth. little bit of knockback wouldn't go astray. Alright. So far, I think we're doing okay. Let's just go ahead and quickly finish off a couple of these guys. Yeah, alright. And it looks like we got everybody. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Everybody is out the way. Alright, sweet. So that's night 16. 6 talent points. That's pretty good. Go ahead and we'll pick up that speed and damage. There we go, so that'll do nicely. And then I think it's just a matter of being able to get more attack speed at this point would be really good. So let's go ahead and head over here. We'll pick up the knockback, then the XP boost. Yeah, I think that's the way for us to go right now. So we'll go ahead and pick that up. That should hopefully work out in our favor. Alright. Let's make sure that this all goes nicely. Alright. Hopefully we can get those rats before they pop up. Oh. Okay, so it's getting a bit more hectic. Let's go ahead and see what we can clear. Chuck down a trap for good measure. Come on. Alright, if we can use that heal ability and get extra damage as frequently as we can, that's probably not a bad thing. Back. Oh well, 10 more seconds. Oh, we're at a brilliant combo, which is rather nice. Extra 50% XP is very lovely. Oh, I think that's pretty much everything. Whew, okay, night 17 has been survived. More speed, less knockback. Okay, let's prepare. Now, I believe that there's only 20 nights in this, so we do have an end in sight. So, what do we do? It is getting a bit more hectic. Oh, you know what? We've got more damage up over here. That's good. We'll pick that up. Attack speed. Killing 15 enemies heals 5 hit points. It's not bad, but I think maybe we go for critical and attack speed. Yeah, anything that helps increase our DPS is pretty solid. Anything else as well that we can see that would be particularly good? More critical, more attack speed. At this point, why not? And then, oh, another gumball machine, so more attack speed until the end of night. Okay. At least we have a bit of a direction as to where we want to head. Alright. Let's see how this all goes. Alright, so far so good. Plenty of good damage. Let's go ahead and chuck down a trap preemptively. I'm sure that will be necessary. We've got that right side covered fairly well. Okay, now let's quickly go ahead and increase our damage speed. Our rate of fire. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up more damage. More damage is obviously better. Alright. And the skill that gives us that extra 8% chance of firing off a second shot in the same direction has been paying off rather nicely. It's only a subtle little thing, but it really has increased the amount of damage we've been putting out. So that is quite nice to see. Every now and again hearing that fire off. Alright, let's go ahead and get more damage again. And it looks like we are through night 18. Okay, nights will now feel 5 seconds longer. Of course. Alright, well that's fine. We'll go ahead and pick up the gumball machine. Pick up a little bit more XP before the end. We'll go for some more rate of fire. And then... what do we want? We could get some extra range. I think we'll dive into some critical. And then... You know, maybe more critical is not a bad thing. Almost 1 in 3 shots will do double damage. That's not bad. That is not bad. And then, what else do we need? Healing, I don't think we really need to spend much on. More critical? You know, let's go ahead and see what's down over here. Oh, there's a spark quiver as well. Okay, you know what? Glad we checked back over here. Alright, another 8% chance to fire in the same direction. Getting that before the final night should be pretty good. So, yeah, that is the goal. Alright. Let's lay some traps as well. Make sure that we have a nice, healthy defense prepared. Got to make sure that we have those cooldown timers enabled. Otherwise, you know, we may not get them back in the time that we need. Fire up another one. Alright, rate of fire is slowly increasing, which is nice. You can definitely feel it as the night goes on. Alright, let's go ahead and plant another trap. Alright, that's 2/3 of the night down. We should be fairly safe. Handle on everything, we should be okay. Let's go ahead and chuck down a second trap down the south side. I don't technically know if there's any cardinal directions, but I guess it's the easiest way to describe them. Alright, what else have we got? Nothing too much, so let's just go ahead and fire all of our shots to see where that takes us. Alright, 9 talent points. That's the end of night 19. We're on to the final one. Let's go ahead and pick up this spark quiver. We'll go ahead and pick up some rate of fire. Let's also go ahead and pick up some more critical. More rate of fire. We're down to 0.39. So that's rather good. And then where else can we go? We've got knockback. Oh, we've got rate of fire up over here. We'll pick up that. And then... I don't know if we really need it. Extra rate of fires over there if we really want. Not sure if there's anything else that's going to be particularly helpful for us. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So, you know, let's go ahead and make our way up here. We'll work our way down the tree, and apparently there was a blast quiver hiding. So you know what? I will take it. Boosting up our chances of doing bonus damage is always a good call. Alright, so here we go. Final night. Let's see if we can win this thing. Go ahead and fire off some of our abilities. We have the gumball bonus, so we should have a small chance of being able to get back some of these skill chances. Or what the skill uses, I should say. Yeah, so far, pretty good. Yeah, alright. Let's lay a couple more traps. See that we're dealing with all of that. We also have those abilities that allow us to fire faster after using an ability, so that is very helpful. You know, let's go ahead and fire off another one, another ability. Let's go ahead and use our extra damage and healing. Our combo is going up rather nicely, up to 125 kills. Pretty solid. Let's also go ahead and fire off some more traps, get that bonus fire rate. And we will see that's what we can get rid of. Alright. Let's drop a trap down the bottom just in case. We're 3/4 of the way through the night. We're okay. Come on. We seem to be handling this rather well. We've got a pretty good build in this one, so I'm not too concerned. We'll fire up another trap just to make sure. You know what? I feel like we can just play around with whatever we've got right now. Just make it as easy as possible to clear the field. We'll go ahead and drop more of those traps just to give us a little bit of an extra safeguard. Yeah, and I think that'll do very nicely. Alright. And that looks like a victory to me. We are truly talented. Okay, so what have we got here? We now have a level up. Okay, so choose a talent package that will appear in your future runs. So tons of fire tons of homing missiles, loot drops more often, or more powerful bounties that activate more often. Well, you know what? I think we're going to go with the shinies. That's kind of hard to say no to. We'll pick that up. That's taken us to mastery level 2. And so we will see how that goes. There are statistics if you like that sort of stuff and play the game yourself. You can see all sorts of fun little, points of note in case you want to see what's really working for your build. You also get to see what kind of enemies that you fought and how many of them hit you. In this case, we did not get hit a single time, which is very, very good. And so this was our talent tree. Not bad. So as you can see, we've spread out fairly far from where we began. It's going to go and grow further and further, I am sure. Now, if for some reason you do want to play this game, but you don't want to check out, if you don't want to pay for it, there is a talented website, of which I'll leave the link down in the description below, and you can test trial the game on their website, which is really cool. I love the fact that it's got a very accessible demo. Definitely well worth looking into if you like this style of game. But either way, as this is the first episode for this series, we will have a double episode. So an hour after this has aired, we will do a second episode, just to really see what things we have unlocked and see how it changes our game. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.